Welcome, Gemini, to your beginning of the month reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Ooh. Best messages, please, for the subscribers, followers, and cross-watchers. Best message. Ooh. Diving deep into that. Ooh, suffering in silence, 9 of Swords. Ooh. There could be something going on within your life over here. It's like, ooh, not sure how that's going to go, right? The 9 of Swords over here in the suffering in silence is a completion, though, guys, okay? In this card, it's the completion. You're finally ready to let go of those things that are limiting yourself. Negative beliefs. Or are you allowing the issues in your life to become bigger than they really are? Okay. Your mind has been doing quite a job on you lately, and even your dreams may be trying to get your attention. When you learn to let go of the worry, despair, and sense of hopelessness, a positive new way or path will be shown to you. Okay. So this is just about, you know what? She's going to get up and she's going to walk right off that mountain. Okay. See that? She is. She's ready. She's looking out there at the dawning of a new day, and she's saying, I'm done. I'm completed. I'm done with this. I'm not going to sit here anymore. I don't want to be worried. I don't want to be in despair anymore. And I see you guys getting ready. You're going to use that walking stick. She's holding on to that walking stick. That is the Ace of Wands in her arm, or in her hand. She's saying, I'm ready. I'm done now with this. Let's go. I'm going to make a new day. I've suffered in silence enough. I don't want my mind to attack me anymore. Right? I'm done with that. No more worry. Okay, so let's see what's going on over here. I like that, though. No more. I'm done. I'm not going to let you do this to me. I'm not going to allow those things to do this. I'm not going to allow that myself to do it, however it is, right? Third eye chakra. I know. I know. And I'm using my intuition, so I know what I'm going to do. I can clearly see what is coming before me. I know, and I can clearly see where I want to go. So right now, at this time of the month, you're saying, I know and clearly see where I'm going in my dawning of the new day. I'm going towards new beginnings. You can clearly see new beginnings coming towards you. Getting my intentions. I know where my intentions are and where I want to go, and I'm not going to deal with emotional loss anymore. Okay? Not dealing with emotional loss. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not taking it. I don't want that. The emotional loss in itself is just that sadness, that worry, that despair, the things that kept you in that kind of like little, right? On that rock, we'll just say, kept you on this rock. Okay, now you're pulling yourself off that rock. You're saying this is not going to happen anymore. I'm making new stable changes, new ideas. Anything that felt uncertainty, I can clearly see now exactly where I want to go. Giving myself that freedom to move away from this energy, move away from whatever is harming me, whatever is hurting my mind. Okay, clarifying on the third eye chakra, please. The Two of Swords. I've made many difficult decisions about this situation. There was a time that I do feel like you were in a stalemate, and that's why you sat on that rock for so long before making any kind of decision. You said, I can't do that yet because I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm so disappointed. I'm not sure how I'm going to make that. But now that you can clearly see, you know exactly where you're going. You know exactly how to move. Okay, with the new beginnings, you have the Page of Swords. This is, I have this kind of thirst for knowledge about where I want to go. Within this new kind of journey that I'm making, this dawning of this new day. I really like that because it says you're more rested. You're not feeling depleted anymore. You feel like, you know what, I'm more stable now. I'm renewed. Right? I'm in a more renewed area. You might still be kind of like in a little bit of a solitude, being a little more quiet for some of you, even as you're moving, you know, towards this new beginning, towards this, you know, the horizon over here, this dawning of the new day. So people might still be saying, you know, I still see you as a little quiet. But you're saying, you know what, but sometimes quietness is where the power is, right? That's kind of like sitting in my own quiet dignity over here. So with the solar plexus, it's saying your intentions. Your intentions are to build something new. Build back. I want to really say that. It's kind of crazy. It's like building something, but building back that security, building back what it is I truly want within the situation, because you do feel like you have the abundance and you're feeling more abundant about the situation. When you are sitting on this rock, when you're sitting in this mind of worry and discontent, it does feel like when your intuition starts coming out, right, and you start thinking about, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. That's where the evolution, that's where the growth comes. To say, you know what, I have other things that I would really like to do, you know, that would be much better. I'm not going to let this disappoint me forever. So this is where the Ace of Wands, what I say, she's holding on to the what? She's holding on to the Ace of Wands. So you're saying, I'm taking this wand and I'm walking down this new area. Whether this is a job, a relationship, whatever it is, my friends, that had you in your head and had you upset, now you have the desire to want to create. What? Create what it is I really want. Create that passion. Like I said, you're building something up, right? Because it says I'm building back up. So yeah, having the courage and the persistence. So when you do get off here, right? Oh my gosh, like telling a little story here. You have the Ace of Wands, right? You're holding on to the Ace of Wands. You can totally see it. She's holding the Ace of Wands. There's the Ace of Wands, and you're holding the Ace of Wands. So when you get down off here, you're still going to feel like the wounded warrior, right? That's why I'm saying you might still be a little quiet, you know, a little quieter than normal, but because you're still feeling a little weary, right? But you are holding on to that Ace of Wands, but you're walking away from all those other wands that no longer serve you. You're walking away from this rock that you're sitting on, right? But you're gearing up. You're gearing up because you're persistent, right? You're putting your faith back to where your faith needs to be. So yeah, you're going to get down, you're going to be a little wounded, but you have the courage and you're so resilient and you know it. And this is where you're like, oh, let's go, right? We're going to get over there. And now you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Hangman, where you felt like there was standstills. And you know what? There's delays. It's okay. You might have felt like you were stalling. You might have felt a little resistance to the situation. But it says it's okay, though, because you have the Wheel of Fortune. Because now the good luck is coming. Now you've changed things around from the, because there was a lot of ups and downs. But it says now things that are coming to you, you're going to discover new things. You're going to have, this is a new life cycle. This is new unpredictable waters. Well, we know that because you have the Fool. The Fool is saying this is a clean slate that you're walking onto. The Wheel of Fortune is cleaning the slate off. It says, come on, let's go in this direction. Let's do something different. Let me give you something. Let's give you something different to do. So walking literally into a new area of your life. It might even feel a little bit like you're taking so much action, and it might feel really fast. For some of you, you might feel like there's kind of like a quantum leap. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, my life was this way, and now all of a sudden I've quantum leaped into this area, and it's so fast because everything is going so good that it's almost like, wow, I don't even know how I was even on that rock. Everything just moved so fast. So definitely the turning of a new leaf over here. Right, and that's because you're taking all this action, but it's like you're co-creating with the universe over here about where your victory really is. And this is because you're releasing. You've released so much and you are recovering and moving on in such a beautiful way. And I like it though, because I feel like for some of you, it might be fast for some of you and a little slower for others, but it's okay because it's still the transition of the perfect timing at your own pace. Right? Everybody's pace is a little bit different. We can't tell one person, you're moving too slow. Okay, well, there's no such thing. You move at your own pace. Right? So, right? And that's so good. And that brings in all that fortune. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing for your own victory at your own timing, your own pace. And, and it's better that you do it at your own pace anyways, because you want to make sure you're doing it right. Right? If you're moving too fast for yourself, then there's going to be hiccups. It's going to be too many roller coasters, too many hiccups, too many obstacles in the way. No, we don't need obstacles in the way. We don't need to be jumping barriers. You're looking out there saying, no, I see a straight path to where I need to be. I just need to really get out, get up, and get walking, right? And that's beautiful. I like that. So let's grab a couple of these chakra cards over here and see what Spirit has to say. Beautiful reading, my friends. Death, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. I love that. And that's exactly what this story is really all about, too. It's really about, this is me kind of dying over here because I'm done with this cycle. Right? This is the end. Remember, a completion card, 9, the end. To what? The beginning. Wow. Absolutely. With what? The Wheel of Fortune. Wow, guys, that's beautiful. Okay, my friends, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.